Hello, everybody. Chef Kenny here from EdVenture Children's Museum. I'll give you a couple minutes before it's right at 12:30. Give you a couple minutes to kind of come in and share it with your friends, your family, anybody that you know. We're about to cook, so come on in, invite some people over. I'm at home. But we're still gonna have a great time cooking this afternoon. We're gonna be making chicken and cheese quesadillas. It's gonna be amazing, and I know you're gonna love it. I hope you love it. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna have a great time. So if you're at home, which I'm sure you are, go ahead and get those ingredients out. I'll let you know what to get. Get chicken, cheese, salsa. We have some some orange peppers, onions. You can kind of interchange it and get what you would like. But whatever you think you like for your quesadilla, go ahead and grab those ingredients and get ready. I'll wait a couple minutes before we get started, just to kind of let people come in and let people share. If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can see me. Or wave or comment and say, hey, Chef Kenny, or something right at the in the comments. I see about 15 to 20 people in here so far, so bring some people in, let your family know, bring the kids around. We're gonna cook together, and if you can see me now, make some noise down there in the comments and let me see that you guys can hear me. Making sure you guys can hear me. Okay, I see some heart action. I'm gonna get some earbuds. All right. If you can hear me, let me see a thumbs up. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. First steps first, I'm gonna wash my hands, so hold on. It's always important to wash your hands, especially during these times with COVID-19. We just wanna make sure that we keep our areas clean and that we keep our hands clean. So wash your hands with warm water for about 20 seconds before we get started. All right, so today's recipe is a chicken and cheese quesadilla, and Chef Ashley is somewhere around in the comments. So if you have any questions that I can answer, she'll be in the comments and she'll be able to answer any of your questions. So feel free to kind of interact with us, all right? So we're gonna get started. First steps first, I'm gonna turn my heat on this pan to about a medium temperature, all right? So about medium high. You just want to kind of get your pan heated, and I'm going to use some olive oil. And this is the light tasting olive oil. And what we're going to start first is we're going to get our pan heated, going to get our oil heated, and we're going to chop some veggies. All right, so I have a half of an onion here, so I'm going to give that a chop. All right, like that. All right, so then I'm gonna go back and chop again until we get diced pieces. You don't want, especially with kids, I know most of you kids out there, you don't really like a lot of large onions, so we just wanna give these onions a chop until they're about diced pieces, all right? Just like that, all right? Then what we also have here is an orange pepper. So I'm gonna take this orange pepper, and I won't need a whole lot of it, so I'm just gonna get one size about like that, and I'll cut it into strips that would look like this. Can everybody see? So strips like this, all right? Then we'll take that, and we'll chop it into smaller pieces, just like that. Now, peppers are really good with flavor, so they'll give your quesadilla a really good flavor. And you can do all types of peppers. red, yellow, green, any type of pepper you want. If your kids don't like peppers, you can do it without peppers. All right, so it's all your choice. So we have those veggies chopped up. So I'm gonna start with the light tasting olive oil. All right, we'll put that in just enough to glaze the pan. All right, then we're gonna start with our onions. All right, I'll put about a handful of onions, and that would probably equal about half a cup of onions. All right, and then I'll put my peppers in, and these peppers are really good. All right, then I'll wash my hands again. So after you put your peppers and your onions in, you want to go ahead and stir in a little bit of garlic. You can do regular garlic, or you can do garlic powder, garlic paste. I'm going to use today, I'm going to use this stir-in paste. You can find this at Walmart, Kroger, Bilo, any store. They're going to have this. It's going to be in the produce section. All right, so I'm just going to pour just a little bit of that. Now this isn't in your recipe. It's just something in your recipe. You'll see garlic powder. I like to use the paste just because it just has a really fragrant smell, and it stirs in really well. So I have this going. This is one of the easiest recipes I know, because it's literally just putting everything into the pan. All right, so if you guys can see, I'll bring it down. That's what's happening. All right, we'll just give it a stir. All right, we'll let that go for a second. And over here, what we have is our cheese and our chicken cubes. All right, now this chicken is already pre-cooked. All right, and I use that because if you're anything like me, you don't want to be in the kitchen too long. All right, so I use you can use anything. If you have leftover chicken from the night before, you can use that. Anything like that, you can just use it and just throw it in. All right, so I'm going to throw my chicken in now, just like that. All right, so we'll let that cook together with our onions and our peppers. So I will show you. It looks just like that. All right, you just want to keep moving it around, letting the flavor from those onions and peppers get in with that chicken. All right, just like that. Good. All right, we're moving. We are moving. All right, so I'm gonna just keep giving this, working my pan. It looks and smells amazing. And you're gonna wonder, well, Chef Kenny, you haven't seasoned anything yet, so what's up with that? Well, I have a little trick, all right? I'm gonna show you when we're gonna season. I like to season as we go. That's why I put the garlic in, but then I also like to season if you add things towards the end. So now, what I have with me is just some restaurant-style salsa, if you can see that, all right? So I'm gonna take a couple scoops of my salsa and just pour that in the pan. All right, just like that. All right, now I'm gonna turn this down. Then I'm gonna incorporate everything that we have going together. So that salsa and the tomatoes from the salsa is gonna get all in there. Good, good. I'm gonna turn it down to low. Now I'm gonna start my seasoning process. So I have some cumin. I'm gonna pour some cumin in. Yeah, and if you have any questions, ask your questions. Chef Ashley is right in there to answer your questions. So I'm pouring my cumin in. And if you've ever wondered what gives food that Latin cuisine type flavor, cumin is one of the major ingredients, all right? So I'm gonna pour that cumin in. About like that. I'm gonna get some garlic powder. Pour that in. of course, your salt and your pepper. And one thing about the salt is you don't have to add a lot because you're going to add cheese. And so your cheese already has some salt to it. All right, and then some pepper. All right. So we're going to keep stirring this. And it looks amazing. Excuse me, that pepper will get to you. All right, so I'll kind of let you see how this looks now. Just like that. Everybody see? Okay. So now we're almost done, folks. I'm gonna let this continue to cook on that back eye, so you can kind of let it simmer on low, just on a separate eye. And then you want to bring a larger skillet out, so something about this size. All right. So I have this skillet, and then I'm gonna get, what we're gonna do now is get our tortilla ready. So here's my tortilla, front, back. All right. And so before I lay it in the pan, you want to glaze your pan with some type of fat. You know, you can do an olive oil if you want. For this case, we'll do butter. But I actually use a plant-based butter. All right, so it's plant-based, so you're not having all the cholesterol that you would normally have in things. Shiloh said, please slow down a little so she can keep up. I'm sorry, Shiloh. I only got 15 minutes. I'll go back through everything, though, to make sure you're getting it, all right? So, again, I have a plant-based butter that I use. And you know, if you're having cholesterol issues, plant-based butters are a way to kind of combat that. So I use this, and it has almond oil in it. And it does the same thing, has a great flavor, so you won't be disappointed with trying something that's more plant-based. All right. So I'm going to start with putting a little bit of my plant-based butter in the pan. All right. And it melts the same way that normal butter would, and I'll show you. Just like that. So it's going to melt the same way that normal butter would melt. All right. Just like that. All right. So we're going to move on. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add our tortilla to that pan. All right. So we'll add the tortilla to the pan. We'll turn it up just a little bit. All right. So if you can see, your tortilla is just sitting in the pan, just like that. And because you already put your butter down, the butter is getting on both sides. All right? Good job. Now, we're almost done. So I'm going to take some of my mixture from before, which is the chicken and the salsa, and I'm going to put it on 1/2 of my tortilla. All right? Just like that. All right. So here we go. Just like that. Then I'm going to take my cheese. I'm going to sprinkle that on top and on the other side. Oh, it looks so good. So good. So good. All right. Cool. Now, we're almost done. My next step is to take a spatula like this, and you just want to kind of flip it over in your pan. Flip the other side over in your pan until it looks like this. Just like that. So now you have butter already on this side and the other side. So you kind of give it a little press down. Just like that. And as you're pressing it, it's browning on the other side, okay? So I'll go ahead now. Sorry about that. So I'll go ahead now and I'll flip it with my other spatula, all right? So we'll take this and we'll flip it. and it's nice and golden brown on this side. All right. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. All right. Are you guys with me? Let me see a thumbs up if you're with me. And we are taking it out of the pan. Good job. I'll take this over here. And look what we have here. A beautiful quesadilla. Now, what I can do at this point is I can take some guacamole. I just went to there was a Kroger nearby and a Publix. And so I just went and got some regular guacamole. We can take a scoop of that and pour on the side. And if you're like me and you love sour cream, you can get a dollop of the sour cream and pour that on the side. And if you want to, you can get some more of your salsa. You can kind of throw that on the side. So now we are finished. We are finished, and here is our finished product. Voila. There we go. So now you have your chicken and cheese quesadilla. All right. So we'll be doing these every week. Either Chef Ashley or myself. We'll always be here. We just wanted to say thank you guys for supporting the Cooking Lab so much and EdVenture Children's Museum so much. And we're doing this at home to support your children as well as you guys. So thank you for joining us. Next week, Ashley is going to be doing a whole new dish. So log in next Friday, 12:30. And we'll post the ingredients during the week so you guys can already be prepared for that. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this quesadilla. Thank you guys for coming. And if you caught us right in the middle, just rewind it, start it back over. Thank you guys so much for joining us for our 15-minute Adventure Eats at Home. Bye.